Student, today I am going to teach you about the endocarditis. So endocarditis may be infective and non-infective endocarditis. So infective endocarditis, it is a serious infection and it is characterized by colonization or invasion of the heart valves or the mural endocardium by microbes. So endocarditis or the vegetation. So what do you mean by vegetation? So vegetation, it is a abnormal growth or abnormal structure that form in the valve of the heart or the mural endocardium of the heart. So endocarditis usually affect the heart valves or the mural endocardium. So mural endocardium is the chamber wall of the heart. So the endocarditis or the vegetation may be the non-infective or infective. The non-infective endocarditis may occur in the maybe the rheumatic endocarditis, non-bacterial thrombotic endocarditis, and a typical verrucous endocarditis, that is also known as Liebman-Sachs endocarditis. And in infective, the most common is bacterial endocarditis, and other causes of infective endocarditis may be the fungal or the rickettsial, etc. Now the vegetation usually composed of platelets and fibrin, and so damage the vascular endothelium. So all of you know about the structure of the vessels wall. So the lining of the vessels wall by the endothelial layer. If there is a injury or breakage in the endothelial layer, so there is a stasis of the blood, and there is a accumulation or the deposition of the platelets along with the fibrin. So in the diagram you see there is a breakage in the endothelial layer of the vessels wall, and there is a deposition of the platelets along with the fibrin. So the platelet or fibrin that may lead to the damaged vascular endothelium. So when organism adhere and grow on it, then it becomes infective vegetation. So there is a breakage in the endothelial layer, so there is a platelet and a fibrin accumulation, and finally there is a adherence of the organism. So there is a stasis of the blood flow. So there is a adherence to the injured or inflamed wall surface. So a microbial infection of a cardiac valve or the mural endocardium caused by bacteria, fungi, rickettsia or chlamydia. Often the infective endocarditis is characterized as an acute or subacute based on the rapidity of the clinical course. Alternatively described by the type of risk factors like nosocomial or the prosthetic valve, intravenous drug abusers associated. Now come to the infective endocarditis. So infective endocarditis, it is a pathological finding, includes the presence of infected and friable vegetation associated with destruction of the underlying tissue. The vegetation containing bacteria, fibrin and inflammatory cells. The infective endocarditis typically involve the valves, may involve chorda tendineae and sites of shunting or mural lesion of the heart. There is often valvular destruction with a extension to the adjacent structures. So in the diagram, so there is a diagram that show the valvular vegetation. Now the etiology. So the etiology of the acute bacterial endocarditis, that is ABE, the organism, usually the organism that causes the acute bacterial endocarditis that have the high virulence or the high toxic. So usually the Staph aureus usually affect the 10 to 20% of the cases, and usually associated with IV drug abusers. Other is the gonococci, pneumococci, streptococci and the enterococci. Now the SAB, subacute bacterial endocarditis, the organism that cause the subacute bacterial endocarditis usually have the low virulence. So the most important bacteria is the Streptococcus viridans. This bacteria is also part of the normal flora of the oral cavity, and it affects usually most commonly 50 to 60% of the cases. Mein. Other is the staph epidermis, that is the coagulase negative bacteria, and usually affect the prosthetic valve implanted patient. Other is the Hesse group. In Hesse group, the bacteria usually Haemophilus, Actinobacillus, Cardiobacterium echinella, and Kingnella. 10 to 50% culture negative endocarditis, there is no organism isolated from the blood. In the 10 to 15% of the cases of the patient that have the endocarditis, in which there is a culture is negative. Now come to the acute. So acute endocarditis that have the toxic presentation, progressive valve destruction, and metastatic infection developing in days to weeks previously, affect the normal heart valve and most commonly caused by the Staph aureus. Now the subacute that have the mild toxicity presentation over weeks to month rarely lead to metastatic infection and most commonly called the Streptococcus viridans or the Enterococcus. 55 to now subacute bacterial endocarditis, so that have the mild toxicity presentation over weeks to month rarely lead to metastatic infection and most commonly caused by Streptococcus viridans or the Enterococcus. 55 to 75% of the patients have the underlying valve abnormalities like rheumatic heart disease, congenital heart disease, prosthetic valve, and myxomatous mitral valve. So, what are the difference between acute and subacute bacterial endocarditis? So, acute duration or presentation is usually less than 6 weeks. Subacute presentation or duration is more than 6 weeks to month to years. Organism usually involved are Staph aureus and Streptococcus. In subacute Streptococcus viridans, the bacterial toxicity or virulence factors is a highly virulent, subacute is the less virulent, usually affect the normal valves, and subacute endocarditis usually affect the damaged valve. Lesion are usually invasive, destructive, and suppurative. In subacute, lesion are not invasive or suppurative. Clinical features in the acute have the acute systemic infection and 50% of the fatality rate. In subacute, there is a splenomegaly, clubbing of the fingers, and there may be the petechial hemorrhage. Now the predisposing factors. The predisposing factor of the endocarditis may be the bacteremia, pyemia, and septicemia. The transient and clinically silent entry of the bacteria into the bloodstream. There may be the periodontal infection, genitourinary infection, skin infection, and IV drug, which usually affect the right-sided valve, and most common bacteria involvement are the Staph aureus and other is the respiratory tract infection. So these are the different predisposing factors that are more susceptible for the bacterial endocarditis. Underlying heart disease like SAB occurs much more frequently in previously damaged valve like valve damage by the rheumatic heart disease or the congenital heart disease or the congestive heart disease. Impaired host defense like lymphoma, leukemia, chemotherapy, and transplant patients. So those patients that have the lymphoma or the leukemia and receive the chemotherapy or the transplanted patient have more vulnerable or susceptible or predisposing to the bacterial endocarditis. Now the pathogenesis, so there is a endothelial damage in the vessels walls, So there is a deposition of the platelet, fibrin deposition that made from the thrombi, and there is a adherence of the microorganism. See here you see in the diagram, so there is a entry of the bacteria into the bloodstream, that is bacteremia. So the on the normal heart valve there is a Staph aureus is the most common bacteria involved. On previously damaged native heart valve, Streptococcus viridans, and prosthetic heart valve, the bacteria usually involved are the Staph epidermidis. So these bacteremia reach the heart internal surface, that is the mural endocardium of the heart, and finally there is an implant of the heart valve or the mural endocardium. So these are the path or the pathophysiology of the bacterial endocarditis. Now the break and form embolus, which is infective, and finally spread and causes a stroke, cerebral hemorrhage, and aneurysm. Now the pathological changes. So gross. So grossly the vegetation or the in the bacterial endocarditis is usually friable, bulky, and destructive vegetation containing fibrin, inflammatory cells, and bacteria are present on the heart valve. Involve one or more valves, commonly mitral and aortic valves. Arterial surface of the arterioventricular valve, ventricular surface of the semilunar valves are commonly affected. Size of the vegetation may vary from few millimeter to centimeter, depends on the organism or antibiotic use and degree of the host reaction. The color of the vegetation are gray, tan, irregular, single or multiple, flat, filiform, or the fungating in nature. Erode into the surrounding myocardium to produce abscess, that is known as the ring abscess. In microscopic finding, so there is a development of three zones: outer cap consisting of a eosinophilic material that contains fibrin and platelet, basophilic zone that contains the colonies of the bacteria, and finally in the there is a non-specific inflammation. In acute bacterial endocarditis, there is deposition of neutrophils and there is tissue necrosis. In SAB, vegetation causes less destruction, and simultaneous there is a healing by granulocyte tissue and deposition of mononuclear cells like lymphocytes or macrophages, and later there is fibrosis and calcification may occur. Interval between bacteremia and onset of the symptom usually occur less than 2 weeks of the duration, and in ABE, fever is the most consistent sign with rapidly developing chills, weakness, and lassitude. In SAB, fever may be slight or absent, non-specific fatigue, loss of weight, flu-like illness may be absent in elderly or debilitated patient. Cardiac clinical symptoms may be that there is regurgitation, congestive heart failure, murmur present in 80 to 85% of the cases, indication of the underlying lesion. The cardiac complications are there is a valvular stenosis or insufficiency, perforation of the valve or rupture of the valve, paravalvular abscess, conduction abnormalities, and there is a development of a purulent pericarditis. There is embolization. So high risk for embolization if the vegetation is more than 10 millimeter in diameter, or the size, hypermobile vegetation, or the mitral vegetation, especially involvement of the anterior leaf left of the mitral valve. In pulmonary, there is a 65 to 75% of the patient with IV drug abusers with a tricuspid in infective endocarditis. So systemic emboli may occur anytime due to the friable nature, cause infarct of the brain, spleen, kidney, myocardium, which are infected, that is known as septic infarct. In renal, there is a glomerulonephritis occur after one nuke immunologically mediated due to the tripping of antigen antibody complexes. Secondary to microthrombi, And some of the complication or complicated lesions are the known as some special lesions like just a genuine lesion. So in genuine lesion there is a erythematous or hemorrhagic lesion on the palms and sole. So you see in the diagrams there is a hemorrhagic spot or erythematous lesion in the palm and sole, that is known as the genuine lesion. Splinter hemorrhage. So in the splinter hemorrhage there is a teeny blood clots under the nails. So you see in the diagram. Other is the ocelot nodes. So ocelot nodes are the subcutaneous nodule in the pulp of the digits or the fingers. Other is the subconjunctival hemorrhage. Other is the Roth's spots, that is a retinal hemorrhage. So these are the different complication of the bacterial endocarditis. So how you diagnose the infective endocarditis? So criteria is the Dukes criteria that have the major and minor criteria. So pathologically, the microorganism demonstrated by the culture or the histologically from the vegetation or the intracardiac abscess or the embolization. So pathologically, you culture the microorganism like bacteria or the virus or the fungus from the culture or the histologically from vegetation or the intracardiac abscess or the embolus. The clinical criteria, the major criteria are the positive blood culture, equal finding may be the valve related mass or abscess and new valvular regurgitation. The minor criteria is the predisposing heart lesion or the IV drug abuse, fever, vascular lesions like petechiae, hemorrhage, septic infarct, and mycotic aneurysm. Immunological phenomena may be there may renal failures and glomerulonephritis. Echo finding consistent but not diagnostic of infective endocarditis. Microbiological evidence of single culture showing the uncharacteristic organism. So usually two measures or the one measure or minor or the five minor criteria for the diagnosis of the endocarditis. So that is the Dukes criteria. That is the Dukes criteria for the diagnosis of the endocarditis. Now the cause of death. The most important cause of death in the infective endocarditis is the cardiac failure or the embolism or the renal failure. Now come to the non-bacterial thrombotic endocarditis. So in non-bacterial thrombotic endocarditis, there is deposition of a small arterial thrombi on the leaflets of the cardiac valve encountered in debilitated patient with cancer or sepsis, that is known as the mesenteric endocarditis. Deposition of fibrin platelets on the surface of the valve vegetation are the sterile vegetation significant for the risk of embolization or the infection. So the pathogenesis of NBT, there is a hypercoagulable state with systemic activation of the coagulation as in advanced cancer. So in advanced cancer like mucin circulating adenocarcinoma, acute leukemia or the extensive burn or sepsis. In young due to the allergy or deep vein thrombosis, endocardial trauma like enabling catheters. So NBT part of the Troje syndrome of the migratory thrombophlebitis. In gross, the vegetation are usually small, 1 to 5 millimeter in size, non-destructive vegetation, single or multiple along the line of closure of the leaflet or cups, more friable than the rheumatic heart disease and healed by the organization. In microscopy, the vegetation composed of fibrin, intranasal RBC, WBC, and platelets. The vegetation are sterile, bland, without inflammation or the valve destruction. Emboli may be seen mainly to the infarct of the brain, lung, spleen, and the kidney. Diagram that show the different types of the bacterial vegetation in the histological finding. Now come to the endocarditis of the SLE. So SLE that is also known as the Liebman-Sack endocarditis or Liebman-Sack disease. So the vegetation are usually small, sterile pink vegetation, often warty appearance, the manifestation of the collagen disease seen in 50% cases of the SLE, systemic sclerosis or TTP. In gross, the vegetation are small in size 1 to 4 millimeter, granular, single or multiple, occur on the under surface of the valve cords, mural endocardium of the atria or the ventricles. There is no valvular deformity. In microscopy, there is a fibrinous eosinophilic material that contains hematoxylin body with platelet thrombi, capillary proliferation, mitral or tricuspid valvulitis with fibrinoid necrosis of the valve substances. So here you see the types of vegetation. So in different types of vegetation, like in rheumatic heart disease, infective endocarditis, non-bacterial thrombotic endocarditis, and Liebman-Sack endocarditis. So the vegetation in rheumatic heart disease are usually a small, firm, and friable, and the vegetation lies along the line of the closure. In infective endocarditis, vegetations are usually large, bulky, friable, irregular, and vegetation lies along the valve cusp and the mural endocardium. In NBT, vegetations are small, friable, and lies along the lines of the closure of the valves. In Liebman-Sack endocarditis, vegetations are usually medium size, flat, verrucous, and both surface of the valves are usually involved. So here we see in the diagram, these are the gross picture, so location of the vegetation and size of the vegetation. So these are the different types of the vegetation. Thank you.